Hello, Colin Hung here for Sway Health. It is the end of day 2 here at HIMSS 25 in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're all a little bit tired today. It's been a long couple of days, but that is typical HIMSS, and we're excited to be here. Once again, I am joined by my two friends, Brittany Quimby and Leah Chatham, to recap what we noticed and what we saw here from a healthcare marketing perspective at HIMSS 25. And let me tell you, we, the three of us, finally got a chance to tour around the exhibit hall, and we did notice a few things that stood out. I can't wait for you to hear what they have to say. Let's get to it.
Sway Health.
Welcome back. Day 2 of the full day of HIMSS. We're all looking a little bit, a little bit more tired than yesterday, but still very excited, right?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
So, what did you guys notice today? What's your key takeaway from today?
I think today was the day I actually got out and got to walk around a little bit more. I love sort of the vibrancy of a lot of the booths, that people are bringing a ton of color, ton of video, and big, huge video banners, like across the whole side of their booth or above their booth. Just lots of visuals. It's a very visually enticing show this year, I think, in that way, which is really fun. You just can't get enough, sort of.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to walk around today, but I did get to go to some of our client booths. We covered a panel at Dell where they were talking about AI in operations and workflow, which was really cool. One of the panelists, Anthony Nunes, was saying how personalized medicine is the best thing that AI can deliver for us, which was interesting. Also got to hang out with the Interlace Health folks at their booth and really kind of talk about what they're doing from digitizing and automating forms and the process with that. So really was cool to kind of get out of our booth and kind of go to other people's booths and see kind of what they're offering at HIMSS. So
yeah, and I think it's funny because the Interlace Health booth has a lot of LED panels. They have that drop thing from the ceiling that has like the LED that goes all the way around. It's very bright and very brilliant in terms of when you get there, it's like, wow, that's a really big booth. And you're right. I mean, I've noticed this year a lot more of the full-size LED, seamless LED panels that are everywhere.
Yeah, and they are captivating. You really get like, woo, yeah.
So I have to ask, did either of you find Waldo today?
No, I didn't see Waldo at all. Did you see Waldo?
I didn't see Waldo, but I did run into Ron Burgundy and got a picture with him, which was great. He was at a booth beside actually Interlace Health and came over to me and gave me his card that has a big old mustache on it. So got to chat with him, got a picture with him. So I did get a really,
Burgundy.
one of the people that are kind of walking around here.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Were there any trends that I know you didn't get to go to a lot of different booths, but is there any trend from a marketing perspective that you're seeing emerge now that we've been here for a couple of days?
I think swaggy food seems to be kind of a thing. Like you were talking about the folks who are doing the donuts. There's one that was doing sort of like a sundae bar with lots of different toppings and things like that. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people doing those kinds of fun, slightly interactive food offerings sort of throughout, in addition to people who are obviously lots of people doing cocktail hours and food and coffee in the morning or whatever. But throughout the day, I notice people who have them all day, and they're kind of fun, interactive, swaggy, cool, blingy food. Blingy food.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love that, to be able to look around at all the booths and see the food that people are giving out and kind of go up and try it. So the donut that I think you brought back for us, Colin, was such an interesting thing. But I do see a lot of people getting on the pickleball train. So a lot of people are like giving out like pickleball rackets and balls. Actually, Interlace is one of them. They're doing that. So I think, people are also trying to tap into the trends that are going on outside of healthcare and kind of bring them into healthcare, which is kind of cool. Pickleball's, having a moment right now, so kind of bringing it into healthcare, which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the donut, the sort of fancy donuts that were at Fin Thrive, that was really cool. I did see the Sunday one. Yeah. I saw a lot of people talking about it. I didn't actually see that booth, but a lot of people were talking about oh, I got this or I got that. So you're right. I mean, not just interactive coffee, I call it, right? Because that was sort of for the last few hymns, that was like the thing. You got like the cappuccinos and the lattes, whatever. They've upped the game in terms of the food.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate those booths who are doing the coffee, because Vegas coffee now is like $8 a glass. So like if we can go get a third coffee on somebody else today, is great.
That's very true. It's a cost-saving measure.
Exactly.
Have your own coffee.
Yeah, we're trying to be thrifty around here.
If anyone's listening to this, I've yet to see custom-made pizza. So that would be a thing, and I would definitely line up for that. To get a little tiny personal pan pizza or something, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, or those little ones you see now commercials for. They're like tiny. They're like little.
Oh yeah, the bagel ones.
The
bagel size.
and they're like a little pizza that you can carry,
Bite-sized.
something bite-sized that you can eat
that'd be
easily.
cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see one next year. Maybe
Yes,
someone will listen
and
to this
now
and
that
create
we're
it.
bringing it up, yes, please, very tiny pizzas would be lovely.
I think the other thing I noticed is that this year there's a lot less offices in booths and more theaters. Definitely seeing a lot more theater spaces, even if it was just like 4 or 5 chairs or those stools in front of a large screen. Definitely seeing a lot more of that kind of style booth. Whereas again, in the past few years, I saw a lot more offices. So I think as HIMSS maybe introduces the buyer meetings and things like that, people are like, you know what, I don't need an office, or maybe I'll get a separate one and I'll just have a theater at my booth. Lots of theaters around here.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing. It felt like a lot of people doing sort of 1 or 2 theater spaces, having different kinds of thought leadership and demo kinds of things. Some of them were mixing live and recorded. Like they might have a little theater area with a sort of a nice big recorded screen that's like running that people can sit and watch, as well as like a live interactive conversation type demo, which I think is nice because people can pick and choose, right? Like I want to actually wait for you to come do it live and ask questions, or go over here and kind of sit down and just do it on my time, my way, right? Yeah, it's nice to see people trying different formats.
Something
like
different.
That. Yeah.
Brittany, now you were the only one of us that went to an event last night. How was that?
Oh, the event was great. We actually went to Sphere to see the U2 interactive show. Our friends at Fresh Paint hosted that, which was really nice. It was really cool. They put on like a great spread, and it was nice to see Bono, still up there doing his thing, him and the Edge, just rocking out. But I think what was actually more impressive, other than that, was just the visuals that they accompanied the concert with. Was so cool. Very trippy, very like nature-y. It was such a treat for the eyes. So ears and eyes.
I'm jealous because I've actually never been inside the Sphere, so I'm jealous that you got a chance, but it sounds like it was a great event.
It was very cool, yeah.
And I have to say, that's the thing about Vegas. I know people don't like to come to Vegas because it's Vegas, but the quality of the events that you can run here, they're so varied, right? We keep hearing about people doing the darts thing. I've heard a couple of bowling ones, pickleball. You can do anything here in Vegas, and you have your choice of different types of events. It's not just hanging out in a bar.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. So what's on the agenda for you tomorrow, final day, Brittany? Anything that you're particularly going to try to focus on?
I know I keep saying this, but I am going to try to walk around and see some of the booths and check out some of the giveaways and some of the other things. There is a magician down at one of the booths down this way. I can't remember which booth it is, but apparently he's like really, really good, mind-blowing, and I love me a magician. I know some people think it's hokey, but I love it. I'm like, if you can rock my mind, great. So going to try to check out some of those things and see some of the cool things that people are doing to get people into their booth.
I would say the same thing. I kind of want to do another little round of some of the sections I didn't get to today. But it is fun always to see kind of what people are doing to get people engaged. So all the things we're talking about, whether it's giveaways or live demos or the great video stuff or, food, it's all really to just try to get people to stop and kind of talk to you. And it's fun to see what everybody's trying and what's new and different and, what maybe you can take away and steal for someday for yourself.
I love it. I'm the same thing. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for who has the best swag still.
Yeah.
There's a couple of candidates. I've also been on the hunt for the booths, and I've seen a few that are pretty impressive. So I still haven't found a good 10x10 one though. So that's the one I'm going to kind of focus a little bit of attention on, try to run around the outside edge to see if I can find a 10x10. But there's definitely some people who brought their A games on the 10x20, 20x20 booths. Some pretty impressive ones.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to both of you and for coming on the program again and doing the recap. Looking forward to the final one tomorrow.
Hard to believe we're already almost at the end.
I know. I know. Hey, I really want to thank Brittany and Leah for once again coming on camera with me and going over what they saw today at HIMSS. I really appreciate their perspective because there's just no way you can see everything here at the big show. I thought their perspectives were once again spot on. I really liked Leah's comment about how she was noticing that all the booths here, all the vendors are really upping their visual game, really making use of those LED panels. And I really like the fact that Brittany really talked about some of the great events that happen in various people's booths, and the fact that she found Ron Burgundy. Well, tune in tomorrow for our final HIMSS 25 recap. It should be good. We're on the hunt for the best swag, and we'll see which one of the three of us is the one that finds it. This has been Colin Hung for Sway Health. Thanks for watching this, and I'll catch you on the next video.